Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a quick one. We're just going over the basics of dividend investing, how you actually receive your dividend, the different dates that are important to know, and how the price sort of fluctuates throughout the month in accordance to receiving your dividend. So make sure to stay tuned. It's just going to be a couple minutes. So again, the first thing that we're talking about are the 4 dates that you need to know and that you've probably heard before, and they're on your screen right now. The first one is the declaration date. This is the actual date in which the company announces that they will be paying their dividend. Now at this time, they announce the amount that will be paid, and they also announce the date for the other 3 key dates on your screen right now, being the ex-dividend date, the record date, and the payment date. Now the first date we're going to cover is the ex-dividend date. This is the cutoff date by which you have to have already purchased the stock in order to receive the dividend. Now ex-dividend quite literally means without dividend, meaning if you purchase the stock on or after this date, you won't receive the dividend for that pay period. Now the record date really comes more from the company's point of view. This is their record of the stock owners at the time to which they're going to be paying their dividend. You don't really need to worry about that. Focus more on the ex-dividend date. The payment date is the actual day in which your dividend is paid out. This is normally a few days after the ex-dividend date, but this depends a little bit company to company, even in terms of how often they're paying these out, what time of the month they are. Some companies do monthly at the beginning of the month. Some companies are only paying this once a quarter, and it might be during the middle of the month. It really all depends on the company itself. Now, one important sort of nuance about this ex-dividend date, once again, if you buy before the ex-dividend date, you will receive the dividend from the company. But even if you sell in between the ex-dividend date and the actual payment date, you will be the one receiving the dividend and not the person that purchased the stock from you. One other interesting note is commonly known as the T+1 settlement rule. This basically is just saying that it takes 1 day for the whole settlement process to go through when buying a stock. And so this is why you have to purchase the stock the day before the ex-dividend date or the record date in order to actually be paid out. You cannot purchase the stock on that day because you must have purchased it in time for the 1 day settlement to go through before the company goes through and looks at its shareholders. Now let's talk about the general price flow of companies that pay out dividends, because if you're smart, you might be thinking about the fact that you could sort of cheese the system and buy this stock right before it pays its dividend and just make an extra 4% every month. You can just buy it and then sell it instantly and make your free 4 or 5%. Because of that, we generally see an automatic price droppage with the stock price leading up to its ex-dividend date. So you'll see this stock price sort of slowly creep up throughout the month, and then the second the ex-dividend date hits, you're going to see a sharp price drop to account for the fact that they just paid out their dividend to the people that already own the stock. So with this sort of example here, the day before the ex-dividend date, maybe the stock's gone all the way up to 100, but then the second the morning comes of the ex-dividend, meaning everyone who owned it yesterday is getting paid out the dividend. In this case, with a 4% dividend payout, the stock price is going to drop around 4%. Now this is super simplified. Say maybe if you got an annual dividend and you were actually getting 4% all at once versus companies that pay out monthly and you're only getting 1/12 of that 4% dividend. So the price drop wouldn't be quite as drastic. Now this is kind of just another analogy to show why you can't cheat the system. Buying the stock immediately before the ex-dividend for say $100 and then selling it instantly for $100, the price is going to drop immediately on that ex-dividend date, preventing people from doing this. So let's look at what this looks like with a real stock. We're looking at a treasury ETF We talked about this in my last video, and I discovered that this stock in particular is an almost perfect example showing this drop each month. Now, this stock in particular has its ex-dividend date around the first of each month. Now, it's a little hard to tell because, of course, stocks have their own deviations in stock price just due to market conditions, but you can see very clearly, for example, back here at the end of June in 2025, it kind of peaked, and then immediately in July, it starts dropping. Again, here at the end of November, it peaks, and then right on the 1st of December, we see a big drop in the share price. And our third one right here at the end of February 2026, and then immediately in March, we see our drop. That is a perfect example of the way that the market price sort of adjusts to prevent people from just purchasing right before the ex-dividend date and coming out with free money. So here's a summary page that I'll let you review. If you still have any questions or confusions, leave them in the comment section down below. I hope today's video was helpful. Leave a like and subscribe if it was. But other than that, we'll see you in the next one.